up, guys, and welcome back to the Gig Street, where the street speaks. Once again, my name is Chess, and I have my buddy Sean, Eric, and Harvin over here. Say hi, guys.
Hello.
Okay, so we are basically over here to break down Obi Wan KENOBI episode 2. So whoever who watched our episode 1 breakdown video, you guys know this is a continuation, and we are just continuing from there onwards. So let's just skip everything and just jump into the breakdown of Obi Wan episode 2. Okay, so Obi Wan episode 2 practically continues from the ending of episode 1, where Obi Wan decides to go look for the kidnapped young Leia. So the opening of the episode, he goes into a starliner or star cruiser, basically a transport ship, and he lands on the planet Dayu. Okay, so planet Dayu, it looks like a huge city. It sort of resembles like a backstreet Tokyo, Hong Kong kind of vibe, and you can see that there is sort of like a black market kind of thing,
Have you been there in the previous towers?
Dayu, I don't think so. This is the first time I'm hearing Dayu. Yeah. So maybe if I'm wrong, you guys can always correct me. Just leave in the comment below if there was any mention about Planet Dayu in the entire Star Wars lore. Okay, so yeah, moving on. While he's walking in the streets, we see a clone trooper. Okay, a clone trooper who was present during the execution of Order 66 during the Republic, and it's played none other than by Temuera Morrison. So Temuera Morrison is also the same actor who acted as Boba Fett, the new series Boba Fett, and the previous the prequels Jango Fett. So if you guys are wondering why is it the same person, because all of these clones are a clone of Jango Fett, and Boba Fett is Jango Fett's son. So a lot of lookalikes over there. And Obi-Wan, he asks Master Qui-Gon, this is something that we even see from the first episode. He actually tries to commune with Master Qui-Gon because this is something Master Yoda promised him in the prequel, that he will teach him how to commune. So there is a very, 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 very high chance we might see Liam Neeson appearing as Master Qui-Gon in this series. So yay!
Cross your fingers.
Yeah, and I think after Jess mentioned about Qui-Gon, I think it just popped in my mind that during this era right now, Obi-Wan timeline, Master Yoda is still alive. So and you said that he will still teach him to tap to the to talk, communicate with Master Qui-Gon. So if the possibility, it's possible, right? They can bring Luke Skywalker for the Mandalorian series. Why not Master Yoda?
Yeah, exactly. And Master Yoda is CGI. Easy to bring him. So there's a very high chance. So let's just hope that we get to see Liam Neeson as Master Qui-Gon in the series. And also during this whole thing, while in the black market, he is approached by a girl who sells him sort of like drugs. Okay, and one fun fact about this is that girl is the actor Ewan McGregor's actual daughter.
Wow.
It's his actual daughter, and she acted selling drugs to her father.
Imagine, don't ask you want some spice?
Yeah. So now speaking about spice, so she mentions the spice, but all of these spices, they're not just random names. She mentions Castle Pure. Castle Pure is actually a spice from the planet Castle. Why planet Castle is a very important thing. I wouldn't say important, but a very known thing, because Han Solo was known to do the Castle Run. So he basically transports these spices. So who knows the spice that no, Han Solo is still young in this universe, so yeah, not yet. But yeah, correct, yeah.
he should be in his teen years because I think Han Solo is actually a bit more older than Luke.
So probably
I don't think
he's
so.
still
He's a little
beginning.
bit older. I think he's very much older than Luke. So I think maybe he could be in his late teens. Late teens, I would say.
So early teens. It's either
Yeah, because it's only like I think from now until New Hope, it could be maybe another 10 years.
Yeah.
You know. So
Yeah. So maybe most likely the Han Solo film, the spin-off might have taken place somewhere between these years. Yeah. So there's also a mention of Felucian. Drug Felucian is one of the planet that Order 66 was executed, killing the Jedi's over there and everything. So Obi Wan looks for help while looking for Leia, and then he looks for a Jedi, and this small boy approaches him and says, I have a Jedi who can help. So when he approaches, and who is this Jedi? It's Kumar Nanja. It's very hard to pronounce his name.
Kumail Nanjiani.
Kumail Nanjiani. So Kumail Nanjiani, you guys know he's a comedian. He's acted in the Eternals. So now he's also in the Star Wars lore. And turns out he's actually a rip-off. He's not an actual Jedi, and he's ripping people off. And he mentions while he has a customer, a woman and a daughter, he says that he will grant them safe passage to Corellia. Corellia is the planet where Han Solo is from. So if you want to know more about Corellia, you can watch Han Solo, the spin-off movie. There's mentions about Corellia over there. So of course, Kumar Nanjal's character name in this is Haja S3. So Haja tips off Obi-Wan and shows him where he can find Leia. So Obi-Wan enters this sort of like a secret drug production smokehouse. I don't know, what do you call a drug facility? I think it's a smokehouse or something. So and then he fights. He causes a diversion. And then he's approached by two bodyguards. Okay, these two bodyguards, one is like an Asian guy with a lot of blinks around him. Another is a person that looks very like Darth Maul. So this person, initially I thought he's either a Darth Maul fan or he's the same species, but he's actually the same species with Darth Maul. He's a Zabrak. Why Darth Maul looks different? Because Darth Maul is sort of like a subspecies of a Zabrak. He's Zabrak Darth Maulian, something like that. So yeah, they're like the same species. So he finally saves Leia and he escapes. And during this whole escape, we see like a John Wick kind of thing. Where Reva, the third sister, she actually puts in a bounty for Obi-Wan, and everyone watches starts to beep. So it's like John Wick, that I think the last part of John Wick 2 or something, where everyone starts chasing him. So Reva hunts him down, and then the Grand Inquisitor, you can see there is actually a tension going on. So basically the Inquisitors and this third sister Reva, they don't see eye to eye, and like Sean mentioned in the previous episode, she actually has some kind of beef against Obi-Wan. So they're probably going to explore more into the story on why she has this thing against
beef is one beef is definitely one thing, but I think this in the Grand Inquisitor and also the fifth, but they are more like one kind. But Reva is like it's like an adopted kind of thing, right? So I think that there's still like a friction. I don't think like they are like one of a kind of thing. I'm not really sure how that makes sense.
Yeah, because the Grand Inquisitor, he says that you're from the gutter. So maybe this is where it comes into play. Like I mentioned, the Grand Inquisitor was already a Jedi to begin with. So probably they see themselves as the high ranking. And then this Reva was just someone that's force sensitive and just picked up and trained under them. So she's like a low grade kind of person, and that's why she has all these personal issues, because probably she was forced.
Maybe we might see Reva becoming good. You never know.
No. I feel like they should kill her off later on.
No, because you can see a tension between her and the Grand Inquisitor and stuff like that. So Or maybe she might just run off and be her own,
No, but
bad
you have to
person.
question why she has attention and what's her purpose. Like now, she keeps saying that she wants to have the credit to bring him to Anakin.
Mhm.
So she wants that promotion lah. She highly wants the promotion. I mean, she thinks and she knows that she deserves something more higher than what she is now. So I don't think she would go for, because she's already hungry for power and she'll do anything for that. So I don't think she'll change side.
And she's not like she's been looking for Obi Wan for recently. She's been looking for him for the 10 years, the timeline itself.
Yeah.
So definitely a very big pass and stuff with Obi Wan.
Yeah. And to suddenly make her change her mind, that's like Wanda changing her mind after killing everyone from Doctor Strange. Okay, but yeah, let's not go there. So moving on. Obi Wan and Leia, they hide, and then of course Haja comes to help them because he says that he wants to make amendments. So he tries to help them, and then he actually offers them a sabak card. So sabak card, this is the kind of playing cards in the Star Wars universe. You actually see it in Solo, the Han Solo movie, where he plays sabak to win the Millennium Falcon from Lando. So yeah, it's all connected, that kind of thing. And during that moment also, Leia thinks that Obi Wan is not actually a Jedi because he doesn't use his Jedi power. He hesitates to use his Jedi power, so she tries to run from him. When she tries to run, she falls off like a ledge. And then Obi-Wan, no choice, he had to use his Jedi powers. He had to tap into the Force and save her. And during this whole ordeal, you know what was funny to me? Reva was doing parkour. She was just like, they had their whole ordeal that Leia fell and Obi-Wan saved her, and they walked away. And then Reva is like,
no, the directors will be like, we still got extra screen time. What should we do? We said give us some parkour time.
More parkour. And the funny thing is, the parkour looked fake. There's no weight to it. It felt like she was just floating.
She's actually using the Force.
To help her boost, right?
Yeah, she's actually using the Force because from the game Jedi Fallen Order, you can actually use the Force to
do parkour.
Not to parkour lah, but to do high leaps, to do double flips and stuff like that. So when you play the game and you watch that scene, you can actually see the similarities. Like the weight is not there, but you can feel the strength and the base of it to do that jump.
Okay.
Yeah.
But if you notice Obi-Wan, when he taps into the Force, it's not like instantly he has control of the Force. Like he still struggles. Maybe it's like in that span of the 10 years, it's like the same like how Baby Yoda was, because he compresses his memory and his powers. Like he didn't want to tap into it. He's like same to that now. Like he struggles to tap into the Force.
No, but you don't have to go so far. You just have to look at Luke Skywalker in the third trilogy, right? Even he also didn't tap the Force for a very long time because he didn't want to be scanned. So even he also had to struggle.
So after taking the Sabak card from Haja, Obi-Wan and Leia, they head to the loading dock to escape using a cargo kind of ship. And at the same time, Reva, I don't know why, Haja thinks that he could stop Reva, and immediately she just takes the information from him. So I feel like he did more damage than actually helping them out. So she follows them into the loading dock, and while Obi-Wan and Leia were in the loading dock, there's this very emotional scene. I think all of us really felt it when Obi-Wan says that Leia reminds him of someone, and then he says that she was a leader and that she died, and it's so sad that Leia doesn't know that he's actually talking about her mother, Padme. So and only when she's an adult she finds out later on. So it's sort of sad, that thing, So and finally Reva comes. During this scene, it's kind of nice. It actually shows the strength of the lightsaber, her lightsaber, because of the darkness and the way it glows. It kind of exhibits like how Darth Vader lightsaber works in the dark. That glow itself can actually scare someone to death. And the way she works.
Let's not forget the Rogue One scene.
Oh.
Yeah. I when I was talking about it, I was thinking about that scene. I think that scene really took the cake, man. Just if you guys remember, whoever's watching this, just go and take a look back at the Rogue One scene where Darth Vader comes in. I think it's at the ending of the movie. That was killer. Yeah, crazy. So while Reva is hunting down Obi Wan, the Grand Inquisitor comes in and he says that he will take Obi Wan himself, and then she stabs him, stab with the lightsaber. Okay, so he might either be dead or he's not dead. Because why I'm saying that he won't be dead, because people, if you realize the ones at the dark side, they don't really die. Somehow Palpatine survived. So that kind of somehow Darth Maul survived. So and also because the Inquisitors were first introduced in Star Wars Rebels, and Star Wars Rebels timeline sort of takes place after Obi-Wan, so there's a very high chance that he might still be alive and not dead. Plus it was just a stab, just one stab. He wasn't beheaded or anything. So after she stabs him and he falls, and that's when Reva reveals that your dearest friend Anakin Skywalker is still alive. So this is really impactful to Obi-Wan. Maybe it won't be as much as impactful to us because we knew that Darth Vader, Anakin, what is going on. But you guys need to remember that Obi-Wan wasn't there to see Anakin becoming Darth Vader. So Obi-Wan, what's that?
He didn't know that Obi-Wan was alive when Anakin was alive when he was on the high ground.
He left the high ground already. So in this, Anakin has never seen Darth Vader. He's never seen that helmet. He's never seen the thing. So I'm pretty sure later on when they reveal both of them coming face to face, it's going to be like a real shock to Obi-Wan to see how his dearest best friend has become, So yeah, it's going to be a crazy ride.
Oh, my brother.
You were the
His
chosen
brother, his brother. His brother.
Yeah,
Not
his
first
brother. His
Yeah.
brother. Chosen one. Brother. So yeah. I'm pretty excited to actually see Darth Vader coming. So I think that the ending of the scene, this series, this episode was really, really good, because the moment Obi-Wan was in shock, and he doesn't even say it out loud. Anakin, you can sense the fear in there when he says it, And then we see Anakin Skywalker in a Bacta tank, open his eyes and then breathing. So what's really great about this is, I think this is the first time we are actually seeing Hayden Christensen as a damaged Anakin, aside from episode 3. I don't think we've actually seen any version of him like that, except for maybe in Rogue One. Even in Rogue One, it was just like a far away thing. We see him in the tank, in the chamber. So this one we're seeing a close up of him. So it's really crazy to see Hayden Christensen. So probably there's going to be a little bit more flashback with Anakin not damaged over there. And yeah, when the scene ends, it just ends with the breathing, and that took my breath away. So that is the end of Obi-Wan episode 2. So guys, what do you think about this episode?
If you ask me, it was a very simple story. Like, it goes after. I think the most important thing is the reveal of Anakin to Obi-Wan, that he's alive. That's the most simplest thing that I would say. It's just because this story, you see, he just goes after Leia. He captures, finds Leia, and then it's done. But the whole thing, plot line for this storyline is just the revealing of Anakin's he's alive to Obi-Wan. That's the whole point. And just to talk about Hayden Christensen, like, we all love Darth Vader, but the character who played Anakin was never had a recognition. Like, of course, I'm talking about Hayden Christensen. Like, it was never a very impactful recognition for him. Like, there's always a backlash, like why it was portrayed this way. He was very no one really liked how he portrayed Anakin at that moment, and he was very but then I feel like he's a very good actor and he's very underrated, and I think he's back now, and I think he would definitely give his best. Like, I like like what Jess mentioned is that we saw Anakin, but we did not see a damaged Anakin. I know the very first time or the first years of Darth Vader. So this is the first time, and it seemed to that we're going to see his expressions more, as a damage Anakin and stuff. So I'm hoping to see what he can pull off after this, and I just expecting, good things from his portrayal.
Okay.
I think it was. I mean, what I like about these two episodes, or especially the series so far, is that they don't dwell on unnecessary plots. They don't drag, just for story or just for time. I think. Of course, we know the vastness of Star Wars, and I think they really get to the point, like the first episode, what was the whole episode about, but looking back, and also having flashes of what's to come, things like that. And then here we see the movement towards coming in, revealing Anakin Skywalker. So I think it was really, really nice in the way they did it, and I hope that the next 3-4 episodes is also the same.
Yeah, I would agree with Sean strongly, because this second episode is just 30-ish minutes, and the first episode was like an hour, and the plot is nearly the same length or information or whatever we get, and the hype is still there. So they didn't waste any time. They didn't need to, they didn't have to. They just went straight forward and made it very simple, nostalgic, spicy with the ending. So 3, 4, 5, and 6 is gonna be crazy. And plus, we've seen footages of Hayden practicing in his Star Wars suit without the helmet, in his Vader suit, without the helmet. So we know something's gonna be grand. And I think all of us can agree that the fight between Anakin and Obi Wan in Revenge of the Sith is the best duel that we've seen. So I'm sure we're gonna see something else like that, but maybe not as long or not as hype, but definitely something like that. Just have to wait and see.
Yeah, so there's another 4 more episodes to go, so 4 more episodes of craziness. So let's see what they have in store for us. So yeah, that is all from us tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed our breakdown, and once again, if you guys have any input, any other information that we missed out, make sure to leave it in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe our YouTube channel, The Geek Street, and also follow us on Instagram, thegeekstreet.my. We also have a Discord channel. The QR code is in our Instagram page, so just make sure to check out, follow us on Discord. We have a community, that just talks not only about Star Wars, anything about Star Wars, Marvel. If you have any other movies that you would like us to break down on, just make sure to let us know. And yeah, we're also on Facebook, so follow us on Facebook as well. And basically that's it. So see you guys next week when episode 3 comes out. This is the Geek Street, and the street has spoken. May the force be with you.